Hi, Julie Powell here, and welcome back. I thought I would share with you on this walkthrough something a little bit different. This was kind of like an experiment, playing around with things, so this is why it probably looks very different from a lot of my usual conceptual work that I do. But I just thought I'd do a little walkthrough on it just so you can see how it all come about. So this is the final image. I'm just going to drop down to the original. This was a little cottage that I took photos of at Brickenden Estate in Tasmania near Launceston, and I as soon as I saw the cottage, and this is going back 2 years ago, I knew one day I'd want to do something about it. I mean, this is just, you know, picture perfect postcard. So what I did was that I expanded my canvas, because this is just a standard sort of, you know, 5x7. So I made it a square. I then brought in, this is a Jai Johnston background, and I did a duplicate copy of my house. I ran it through Topaz Impressions and did a very painterly effect on it, and then I deleted sort of everything behind it. I then did a hue saturation layer and changed the door and the window frames to red. I could have done the fence as well, but I don't know, I just wanted to do something bright and cheery with the houses. Everything that I guess in this image, everything I thought to do originally, I tried to do the opposite. So I wanted to make this dark, and I was thinking about setting the things on fire and doing all sorts of things like that, but I really wanted to, every time I had an idea, I wanted to try and do the opposite. So I thought putting in the bright red windows and doors is just something a little bit bright and cheery. I then added some smoke just with a smoke brush, and I brought in this cat, which was also another image that I took at the Brickenden Estate, and I also ran that through Topaz Impressions and painted a little dark shadow in behind him. Don't know if you can see that there. So just in behind him there's a little shadow just to anchor him to the ground, and then I did a curves layer just to darken him up because he was just a bit bright. Then I added in just a couple of textures. These are the original Jai Johnston texture over the top again, and then another one of hers that I put in, both set to soft light and dropped right down. I didn't have anything in my own texture packs that I felt fitted the image that I wanted. I wanted something a bit more country and vibrant and happy and bright and all the rest of it. So I went for some of Jai Johnston's, which are just beautiful. Then I put sun rays in, and I changed the hue of that so that they were a little more yellow. These just from my light overlay packs. Then I just used a bird brush and popped in some birds, merged everything onto its own layer. Then using some of my own soft pastels, I put in a texture overlay onto 67% at 100%. It looks like that. It's just a soft watercolor teal sort of image. Try and drop that back to where it was roughly. Then I did, using my lasso tool, I grabbed some areas and tried to darken them off because they were just getting a bit bright in a few spots. Doing a curves layer and lifting it up. And I then went into another curves layer, but this time instead of changing the RGB, I made some changes to the blues. So I dropped the blues more into the yellows, and the reds are dropped more into the yellows as well, so the image is starting to have quite a different colour feel to it. I then added a gradient map, which is just a standard Photoshop photo gradient map with the coppers from black to copper through to the white, and just set that at soft light. That's just my signature that I threw in, and the final image. So this one didn't take too long when you look at it sort of all together, but it did take a little bit of time to work through, because I was trying to, on purpose, not do what I would normally do to an image. So instead of making it dark and mystical and very sort of fantasy, I wanted it very sort of country and cottagey and bright and happy and all the rest of it. So hence why I called it Safe Haven, because it looks like the kind of place you would like to go to escape from it all. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.